Hello together. My name is Yannick Reisberg. I used to be in Germany and lastly lived in South Africa, being a PADI dive master. I dived already all over the world. Actually, I learned diving 20 years ago in Germany. Afterwards, I did the advance in Thailand, then the rescue diver in Mexico, and lastly the dive master in Mozambique. So I've already been to all over the world for diving and for learning of diving. And yeah, traveled a lot, being in a lot of oceans, actually in all the oceans we have in on our wonderful planet. And now I'm finally back here at Protea Banks. And actually, like a lot of friends of mine, like scuba friends, ask me like, okay, why are you back here? What's so special? And to be honest, like I already dived a lot in the world, meaning I really addicted to sharks, also a bit on the scientific route. Um, and I did like Polynesia or Fiji, um, Costa Rica with whale sharks, wherever. But still, Protea Banks is like another level because you do have a lot of different shark species here, which is very rare. And I dived like hundreds of times, and the thing is like, for sure, there are a lot of places in the world where you can go for shark diving, but you don't have it so much actually at one place, so many species. And that's like the thing. You have here like bull sharks, you have hammerheads, there's like two different species of hammerheads. Sometimes you have a tiger shark, you have a lot of ocean blacktips. So there's a lot going on over here, which I really recommend everyone to come here. That's actually why I'm being now for the third time here. And take your time. That's also like the important thing. Take your time in the sense of, for me personally, after two dives, it was not that I'm out, it was rather that I'm in. So if you have more time so that you can make it longer if you like to have it, and then just enjoy the sharks. It's going to be very, very nice. And just to finish, also here, like I've just dived today, like two dives, so a lot of sharks around me. And you recognize a lot about the shark species itself, but I can tell you, like after the day, you also really like to be back, take a nap, take it easy, because the adrenaline is just crushing you, which is very, very good. I like it, but just be patient about, take your time and take it easy. I just can tell you, like actually the one when you're going from the boat, from the offshore on the ocean, that's like the toughest one. Afterwards, it's very easy. Going down to the dive site, like as I say, around about 10 kilometers. And the cone over there is normally pretty easy. Just for sure, you're being in the open water. So it might be sometimes that there's suddenly a current happening, but everyone's watching it and you can also see it normally easy. So especially if I compare it back to other places like Fiji and French Polynesia, the dive site here is actually like on the scuba diving itself a lot more easier. Still, it's open water. So meaning you have to be a bit like kind of getting used to it, that you're being in the blue out of there. And yeah, you see a lot of sharks, but also a lot of blue water around you. So the thing is like, you just have to take care because it's, as I said, like 10 kilometers offshore in the middle of nowhere at the ocean. That's why you need to be advanced. Advanced also in the sense of that you know how scuba diving is working out for yourself. Especially the buoyancy is something you have to take care of, and which you should be able to take care of. That's why we do have this limit to be advanced for it. Like open water itself is not working there, so go for advanced and having a couple of dives already before, so that you feel good for it. Because the main thing is that you feel also for yourself secure, because you're not just being in the open water, but also then with a lot of sharks around you. So you need to be advanced from yourself on your technique on scuba diving. It should not be a topic for yourself on how to scuba. You just should enjoy the scuba so that you can also then enjoy the sharks around you. You will see, like, that's a good question, because also, like, a lot of friends ask me just this really same, like, why are you coming back to the same spot as you already been to so much places in the world. And I have to say, like, it's the mixture of sharks on one place, as I used to say, and secondly, also the same species, like really the same shark you're seeing there. You will see it in a very different way, a very different story. You're just watching the sharks. You don't just see them, but you're watching them for minutes. And it's very interesting to see their behavior, on how they are behaving. And that's something you normally can see somewhere else, because there suddenly there's a shark coming and then it's going away. But here you have more like a permanent wave of sharks around you, which just gives you like a bit like the feeling, the sense on how a shark species is going around, how it's coming to you, how it's coming left and right, top, down. And you just can figure out what this animal of a shark is about. Exactly, and that's like another big point. So the one thing is about the dive site itself, the other one is about this dive shop over here. Everyone will recognize it very, very fast as soon as he talked with Patricia, the owner, how good treated it is here. We have a really relaxing time here, and scuba diving is finally your free time, so it needs to be also a relaxing time for yourself. And you do have this afterwards, but already before it in the morning. So you can have it before in the morning as well as in the evening, or let's say in the midday when you're coming back after the dives. You have a really nice atmosphere. You have a nice garden over here in the dive shop. So after seeing a lot of sharks, you easily can rest down here, take your time, go for another afternoon coffee, drink water and relax. And that's the most important thing. You have here a social area, so you also can connect with the other divers. Because I'm very sure that you have to tell a lot of stories for yourself, watching the sharks and the other one next to you as well in the water. And what you will recognize is the same situation down there with the same sharks, but from totally two different people. So the story is going to be different, and this is for me even more the interesting thing, just to talk about it. So it's not just the scuba diving, but also talking about this. And this dive shop over here just gives you the opportunity to do both. Not just scuba diving, but also talking, and then adapt your way of thinking for the next days for another scuba diving or sharks, or going around here for seeing giraffes, elephants, whatever you like to go for. You're keen to come here, and Patricia will always help you to find the way which is the best for you on this point over here. I just can tell you, like, be very, very patient about sharks. It's so nice to see the sharks around. And every one of us knows it from some bad movies in the past, which happened in the cinemas, that everyone is scared of sharks, which is fine. Everyone should be scared of sharks, but not more than that. Because the sharks are being finally just like animals as everyone else, like a dog or a cat. So just making advertise not to make sharks special. And as soon as you're coming here to the dive shop of Patricia, you will recognize sharks just being the same as us, being here on this planet, and let's enjoy it together without pushing each other.